we got a chance to play him early, and I was talking about how good this team was by Kentucky. I thought that there's a couple reasons for that. One, I know a lot of the kids that are on this team. You know, we had EJ committed for a while, had recruited Ashton really hard for a number of years. We were one of the first ones to offer Keldon when he was probably a sophomore. I spent years in Milwaukee, so I knew a lot about Tyler. PJ went to the same high school as Horace Spencer, and so I saw him kind of go and develop. And I think the biggest thing was John's always had, you know, great players and great talent, but he had to spend a lot of time, you know, getting to become either great teammates or play together, or these guys are all winners. These guys are all great competitors. There's a little difference. There's a little difference. You see it now, they compete. You see it how they share the ball. You see how much better they've gotten. I mean, EJ Montgomery's gotten a lot better. So you come to Kentucky, and you're going to get a lot better. It's been, you know, it's impressive. Ashton, it's gotten a lot better. So I'm not surprised that they're this good. I am surprised that we were not competitive today. I thought we legitimately had a chance to come in here and play with them. So, you know, we were physically overwhelmed. We had given LSU 29 second chance points and lost in the last possession game, and you guys know how good LSU is. And on the road at LSU about 2 weeks ago, just got manhandled. And here today, we got manhandled in a different way. It wasn't just the second chance points. It was Kentucky was one of the best defensive teams in the country. That speaks to that thing I was talking about before, as far as their character and the competitors and the winners. And they're not just great individual defenders. You know, Tyler Euro maybe coming in, so you know, you could take him off the bounce, drive him downhill, or you know, Keldon at his size trying to play guard. They've improved in that area. They compete and they stay in front of you. So as a result, they took a pretty good offensive team at Auburn and made us look really bad.
Questions for Coach?
Bruce, speaking of that, Bryce and Jared struggled to shoot. Was there something in particular that helped with that?
Well, I mean, never. Jared Harper will go through his career, never had a game where he didn't have any assists. We obviously got Bryce a ton of looks, particularly the second half at Auburn, and he was very, very hot. And they did a good job just kind of switching him a little bit and keeping a couple bodies on him, and he didn't get nearly as many open looks. So they did a really good job defensively on him.
Larry?
Bruce, you just talked about the improvement that PJ has made. I think yesterday you were talking about the ES rank among the top players in the country. Do you feel even more that way after watching him today in person?
I'd say this. I think in PJ's case, he had that ability a year ago. He has what you're seeing. I've seen this, but now it's being brought out. I think that's what John was talking about even early on in the season. Like, this is the player he saw, not so much the player that's developed into this. That doesn't mean he's not gotten better. That doesn't mean he's not developed. I mean, John expected this. He just thought he'd see it sooner, in my opinion. You know, he's playing with great confidence. He's playing a great role. You know, he's being consistent with the things he's doing. He's big and strong enough to physically dominate the most physical power forwards in the country, and yet he's quick enough and skilled enough to be able to step on the floor and do things like a big guard. National Player of the Year candidate without question.
Okay, Coach in the back on the right, Kyle.
Bruce, what did you think was sort of the secret to them making up for the absence of Reed Travis? Was it a collective thing to you that they have, you know, Keldon gets 17 rebounds and
Yeah, I agree with you. So they say, listen, our best rebounder, our most physical player isn't with us. And, you know, we had talked about trying to go inside a little bit more, went inside early. got away from it. And then the other thing too about going inside is you've got to have perimeter players that can get open and make passes and make plays to get those guys touches. You know, our game plan was, you know, to try to go inside more to Austin, try to go inside more to, you know, to Anthony and Horace. And more than anything, I thought their perimeter guys did a good job of extending our catches and not making it as easy to go attack EJ inside. Or go, look, EJ and Nick were both at McDonald's All-American game. It's not like, you know, they're not great players. But I think there's a reason why Reed Travis was out there. He was playing really well. Against a team with a bigger, dominant, more frontline player, it could bother them without him, but not against us.
In the middle.
Coach, I know you were saying in the opening statement you were shocked about today, but given the way you guys were defending your last 7 opponents behind the three-point arc, how surprised and shocked were you to see the way UK shot the ball?
They shot it great. I'm sure John challenged them knowing, hey, we're playing against a team that's made more threes, shot more threes, and shot the best percentage in the league. We don't just shoot a lot of them. We shoot a lot of them, we make a lot of them, we shoot the best percentage in the league. Not tonight. And I think he challenged his shooters a little bit. What bothered me, I think, most probably, 2 things. One, we knew PJ was shooting as well, and for some reason we backed off of him. Shouldn't have. And then we came off, again, drill penetration is key. They got guys that can turn corners. We came off Tyler a few times and made open shots. What they do is good, what they do is simple.
Time for 2 more.
Suits their personnel.
I'm sorry, Coach. Excuse me. Time for 2 more.
Bruce, every time you come through Rupp Arena, you speak really glowingly about the experience, the history, and the tradition. They honor the 58 championship team today. As an aspiring head coach, how often do you dream about maybe coaching in a place like this?
Oh, listen, I spent 9 years at Southern Indiana as head coach, and I thought the closest I was ever going to get to Rupp Arena and coach might have been the Sports Center in Owensboro, Kentucky. And for those of you that have been there, you know what I'm talking about. That is a great place to coach, but you're Division II, and you know, you might buy a ticket to go watch a game in Rupp. I saw the Final Four in here a bunch of years ago. Didn't have very good seats. So it was a dream to be able to coach in here. I think the first time I coached in here, I brought Tennessee in. I don't know my first time, and we actually won that game. There are many guys that come into Rupp and win. That was one of the highlights of my career. I was so excited I took my shirt off. That was back when it might have actually been worth taking off. Now it's not worth it anymore. And then when I walked out onto the court, and I want to just say this for the fans that were there, they cheer you, they give you an ovation or a hand, recognize you. There have been a couple times my teams haven't played well here, and I've actually kind of apologized to the Kentucky fans that no good basketball. They were probably, I'm sure they're happy that Kentucky won. I think they were probably expecting a little bit more out of this Auburn team than they got, and so felt kind of uncomfortable going out there to any kind of applause because of the way my team played, the way I coached. It wasn't up to the standards of being on the opportunity to coach it.
Last one here.
If Ashton Hagen is hitting jump shots, is there any way to defend Kentucky at this point?
Well, try not to let him go right around you. I mean, he's going to go around you, but try to make him go left around you occasionally, not right around you. And he went right around us, and he made jump shots. And he played great. But all of his shots were in rhyme and in rhythm. He knows teams are going to go double the post on PJ, and he knows where he needs to go, and he's not even thinking twice about shooting it. Ashton is such an unselfish player, and always has been. And he has always gotten off more at empowering his teammates and giving his teammates points. And he's always been able to go by anybody and finish at the rim. That he really never had to work on that three-point game that much. And so now, here, he's bringing all that stuff, and now because they're coming off him, why would you be surprised that he has just worked on it, and he needs to be able to make and take open shots, and he is. And like he does everything else, he does it with confidence.